It was 3:45 p.m., and the Apple Store, Fifth Avenue in New York, was busy as always. Customers testing new iPhones, kids playing with iPads, tourists taking photos. But the security guard standing at the store entrance, he was different from everyone else. James Murphy was 34 years old, his left leg was prosthetic, a few war scars on his face, but his posture was still that of a proud soldier. He had been working as a security guard at this Apple Store for 3 years, and he loved his job. Every morning at 8 a.m. he would arrive, standing at the store door with watchful eyes. Customers knew him, respected him, kids called him Soldier Man, and he would greet them with a smile. But that Tuesday everything changed. Store manager Brad Collins made a new announcement at the morning meeting. "Team, we've received a directive from corporate. We need to be more strict about store image, professional appearance standards." Sarah Chen, the Genius Bar specialist at the store, frowned. What did this mean? Especially in customer-facing positions, perfect appearance is essential. We need to protect Apple's brand image. James hadn't attended the meeting because as a security guard he was on duty at the door, but when Sarah explained the situation to him, James's face fell. "Professional appearance?" he asked quietly. "I'm sure it's nothing, James," Sarah said. "You're an amazing employee." But the next day Brad Collins called James to his office. "James, we need to talk." James entered, a bit worried. "Yes, sir?" "Look, I'll be direct. There's pressure from corporate about store appearance." James's heart raced. Where was this conversation going? "Your condition, prosthetic leg, scars. Customers are feeling uncomfortable." "Sir, I do my job well. We've never received any complaints." "That's not the point, James. The point is image. Apple stores should look perfect." James listened quietly. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. "So I'm going to have to let you go, effective immediately." "Sir, isn't this discrimination? Disability discrimination?" "No, this is a business decision, an image decision. We'll give you 2 weeks severance." James's eyes filled up, but he held back his tears. "I understand, sir." As he was leaving the store, Sarah saw him. "James, where are you going?" "I've been terminated, Sarah. Image problems." Sarah's mouth fell open. "What? This is insane. You're the best security we've ever had." "Apparently not good enough for Apple's image." James took out his Apple ID from his wallet, gave it to Sarah. "Take care, Sarah. Tell the team I said goodbye." And so James Murphy was fired from the Apple Store after 3 years of loyal service just because of his prosthetic leg and war scars. That night at home, he was doing job searches on his iPad, but with every application the same worry existed. Would he be rejected because of his appearance? 2 days later, something completely unexpected happened. A surprise visit to Apple Store, Fifth Avenue. Tim Cook. When the Apple CEO came to the store, everyone panicked. Brad Collins was especially tense. Everything needed to look perfect. "Welcome, Mr. Cook," Brad said. "Everything is perfect, as always." As Tim Cook walked around the store, talking to customers, chatting with employees, then something caught his attention. "Where's your security guard?" he asked. Brad hesitated. "Well, sir, we made some staffing changes." "Staffing changes? I thought you had a veteran working here." "James something?" Sarah Chen heard this conversation. Her heart raced. Tim Cook knew about James. Brad became even more tense. "Yes, sir, James Murphy, but we had to let him go." "Let him go? Why?" "Well, image issues, sir. Corporate standards." Tim Cook stopped. He looked at him. "Image issues? What kind of image issues?" "His prosthetic leg, sir. War scars." Customers were uncomfortable. Tim Cook's face changed. A cold, stern expression. "You fired a veteran because of his service injuries?" "Sir, it was a business decision." "Business decision?" Tim Cook's voice rose. "You fired a man who lost his leg serving his country." Everyone in the store stopped. Even customers turned their attention. "Sir, corporate image standards." "I am corporate," Tim Cook shouted. "I'm the CEO, and I never authorized firing veterans." Sarah Chen stepped forward. "Mr. Cook, James Murphy was the best employee we had. Customers loved him, especially kids." "Tell me about him," Tim Cook said. "Iraq veteran, sir, lost his leg to IED while saving his unit." Purple Heart recipient. Worked here 3 years, never missed a day. Tim Cook listened quietly. And you fired him for looking like a hero who sacrificed for his country? Brad was now very tense. Sir, I was following what I thought were guidelines. Guidelines? Our guidelines are innovation, inclusion, accessibility, not discrimination. Tim Cook took out his phone. Get me James Murphy's contact information, now. Sir, I don't think, now. Sarah immediately gave James's number. Tim Cook called. Mr. Murphy? This is Tim Cook. Yes, Apple's Tim Cook. Can you come to the Fifth Avenue store immediately? 30 minutes later, James was standing in front of the Apple store. He didn't dare to go inside, but Tim Cook himself came outside. James Murphy? Yes, sir, I'm Tim Cook, and I owe you an apology. James was surprised. Apple's CEO was apologizing to him? Sir, you don't need to. Yes, I do. What happened to you is against everything Apple stands for. I understand, sir. Business is business. No, James. This isn't business. This is discrimination, and it ends today. Tim Cook invited him back into the store. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Cook said to everyone in the store, I want you to meet James Murphy, Iraq War veteran, Purple Heart recipient, and as of right now, head of store security for Apple Fifth Avenue. Everyone in the store applauded. Sarah Chen was crying. But sir, James said in surprise, I was just a security guard. James, you weren't just anything. You're a hero, and Apple needs heroes, not image consultants. Tim Cook turned to Brad Collins. You're terminated, effective immediately. HR will escort you out. Sir, this isn't fair. Fair? You want to talk about fair? You fired a veteran for his service injuries. Get out. That day history was written at Apple Store Fifth Avenue, and Tim Cook didn't stop there. James, I want you to help me create something. Apple Veterans Initiative, hiring, supporting, and honoring veterans across all our stores. Sir, I don't know what to say. Say you'll help me make Apple a company that deserves heroes like you. 6 months later, Apple Veterans Initiative launched in 50 states. More than 5,000 veterans found jobs at Apple. James Murphy was now the program director. At every new store opening, he would be with Tim Cook, personally welcoming veteran employees. On the wall of James's office at Apple Park hangs a frame. Inside it is a handwritten note from Tim Cook. James, you didn't just serve your country in Iraq, you're still serving it every day at Apple by showing us what real strength looks like. Thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your forgiveness, Tim. Today, seeing veterans in Apple stores is normal because Tim Cook taught that day. True innovation includes everyone, especially those who sacrificed everything for innovation to exist. Apple's new motto, Think Different, include everyone. And James Murphy, he still stands at the Apple Store door every morning, but now he's not just a security guard. He's an ambassador, a mentor, and most importantly, a hero, whose scars tell a story of service, not shame. Sometimes the most advanced technology is simple human decency.